So I've got a crazy thing that we're doing. I've only done one ever in my life, and honestly it was pretty easy. But I had a really good client of mine call and say, hey, can you let her up a Peterbilt? And I'm like, sure. But the problem is they're really particular about what they like and what they want. And me knowing that this is going to be a awesome looking Peterbilt, and they put a lot of money into everything else and really customize this thing. It's like I'm putting the icing on the cake on this thing, so it's got to be perfect. So come here, look, come here. I gotta show you. Come on. So I wanted to do a classic theme that had the classic Peterbilt stripes, but I wanted to make something unique. And if you see these red inserts, all that red is going to be reflective red. And so I'm really excited. Now, I will be honest with you, since I've only done one in my life, you're going to see us probably run into a few issues. But you know what? That's the name of the game. So you're going to see the ups and downs of this project, and honestly, there might be a few tempers be flared. You never know. We're going to try not to, but anyways, I'm excited about this. They're almost here, and we're about to get some good footage of this thing, because this thing is beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Like I said, the icing on the cake. So, dog. Holy cow, this thing is completely different. What's up, baby? Wow. Holy cow. Dude, this thing is insane. Like, I gotta show up and show out, bro. This thing's sick. Bro, you gotta do this. Yeah, show it. My man Dalton, like, been doing business a long time with him. Great guy. He's entrusting us, like I said earlier, to put the icing on the cake on this thing, man, and that's what we're gonna do. I appreciate the opportunity to do it, because they've had a certain style for a long time, and they looked at me and were like, hey guys, we want something a little different. Oh, by the way, we've won a lot of awards with this truck, then you gotta outdo it. And so we're gonna try our best, but hey, I know we are, man. That thing's gonna be sick. Oh yeah. Yeah, so I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to do it, and we're gonna hold it up, keep it strong for you, make it look fresh, baby, fresh. So anyways, let's go, baby. Thank you. Yes, sir. I tried my best to stay away from the rivets. Like with all the art, I tried to really stay away from the rivets. But we're gonna run into some, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like, there's gonna be some, this is gonna be us during this project, bro, for real.
Yeah, that mono may not like it.
It ain't gonna like that rivet, but hey, we'll figure it out, we always do.
So glue the crap out of it. For real. Put some super glue on it.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah, we're gonna be good, bro.
That's why you do it.
It always works out. It just works out, right?
So you put that box on the smoke. Good.
She is beautiful. Look at them calves. Look at them center calves. Girl, what? Damn. Alright, Mark, you gonna follow me? Life of a small business owner, having to leave one project to go to another project, to leave that project to go to another project. Always something. Folgers. My aunt was making some Folgers coffee, and it smelled so good. I was like, I gotta have some. So she made me some, and I swear, I put that stuff in my mouth and I exploded it back out like, I said, oh my God, like, what is this? She's like, that's coffee. Never again. I didn't drink coffee for probably 15 years. Thank you, Starbucks, for coming out with a caramel macchiato and vanilla bean. Thank you guys for just going to cold coffee, because that Folgers wasn't in my cup.
What's today's mission, man?
Man, we got to get this thing rolling. We got to get the measurements. We got all kind of materials we got to get cut out. We got to get the red, the black, so much. And this thing is, come here guys, I got to show you. Like, this thing is going to be so tough because there's so many different body angles.
I like that hat.
So many body angles. Yeah, Kyle. I hope you like the hat.
That hat was clean.
Oh, I sent him a thing last night. It said for Club 9. What about Lucky 9? Just saying. Just saying. So if you look hard, this angle of the window goes up, and then the bottom of this door goes down. So we're trying to keep everything symmetrical going down the side of this truck. Well, the problem, there's going to be a little illusion because the window pane actually tilts up in the back, and then the bottom actually goes down. So we're gonna have to, what we call a half and half it. We're gonna have to run these stripes down the side that's square, and it's actually gonna give an illusion of this cab kind of being off a little bit, but hey, it is what it is. And every one of them's that way. You just don't pay attention to it, but you know, with our eyeballs being on it right now, you're definitely gonna see that. But we're about to get some measurements, get all the materials cut out, and we got a long, fast, productive day coming. Whatever I'm about to measure. Sometimes it looks good, and sometimes you guys will laugh at me. I ain't even gonna lie, because I laugh at myself when I draw some of this stuff. I'm just saying. So I'll just kind of just get a vision of what this looks like. We got a little window right there. We don't have a window on one side, but we have a door line, and then we have a hood line, because I'm a hood.
You funny as hell.
Buffer it all day, every day. All right, so then we got another door line here.
That's a pretty good drawing skill.
Shoot, one day I may have it. Let me erase that line right there.
Looks kind of accurate.
So I don't know if they call this a sketcher, but through the years I've always drawn like this. Like the people that went to college, there's a certain terminology for that, but I didn't go to college, so I don't know. So we're gonna wrap this around too, but I'm not gonna build that yet. I'm just gonna build the sides, but that is gonna be my wraparound with my little handle right there. All right, so I'll take a tape measure, and I'm trying to find indicators. I want to draw this thing to scale on the computer. So what I'll do, I see a really good indicator for the width of this truck. So I'll take this measurement right here, which is 58 and 5/8. So I'll take that measurement right there and draw 58 and 5/8. So now I can take this image on the computer, and I'll scale it to that length right there, and that'll give me the proportion of this cab. And it won't give me exact proportion, that's why we're taking all the measurements, but it'll give me a really good indicator on the size of this project. So my next indicator on my height, I'm gonna go on this glass right here, because it's a good square image. So that is 15 3/4. So I'll know when I go to the computer to get my right height. Then let's see, we got this thing in the way. One thing that's going to be very critical on this project is there's a stripe that comes right here, and we have to really, you don't want to have a ton of waste right here, but you also want to have material that you can roll up under that edge. You don't want to be all the way down right here, and you design this and this piece comes up right here and you miss. So we're going to add a little bit of length to the materials right here, but other than that, I think we're going to be good on height. But this is one of the kickers and why I'm so nervous about this project. You see these rivets right here? You see how close they are to this ridge? And look how the paint is. That's really hard to wrap. I mean, we're gonna have to put a lot of glue around these. And sometimes if you're trying to run a square line across that rivet and you go to heat the top of it, what happens is when you shrink it, that line is not straight symmetrical anymore. It'll actually want to roll up some, and so it'll give an illusion that it's not square. And that's the things I'm nervous about. Do I think that she's overall gonna look great? Yes. But am I nervous about little things like that? For sure. Every project we do, man, like everything that I've always done through the years, I've always looked at whatever we did, and you don't have to be critical over it, because I'm critical over it myself. I see everything that I could have done better. I look at a project and yes, we might have won the day, or we might have won that project, but to me, I can always see what I can do better, what I can do better. And the biggest thing that me and Creature and all of us use around here, the terminology is, we're always climbing that ladder. And that's real life, man. Like, you're critical on my stuff, but ain't nobody gonna be more critical on it than I am. Because if you're trying to get there, if you're really trying to succeed, you have to keep pushing those limits. You got to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and then one day it'll just all work out. For measuring projects, the reason I got certain measurements was because we're trying to get a 2D image of this on the computer to make sure that we get the exact measurements.
Okay.
So if you're down here, you're too low, and you know how some people be taking pictures like way too high. What you want to do, you want to get as square as possible, so your designer can get a good read on how big this project will be. Because if you're this angle, you're not going to get the exact right measurements, because your front is actually going to be a lot larger than your rear. So you got to get between the project and get as square as possible. What we want to 2D this thing. So we'll get it lined up square, take a picture, take one more to be safe, and that we'll take this and go put it on the computer, and then put all our measurements in, and then put our graphics on top, and then that will give us the exact measurements for everything that we need on this project.
Turn me up, D's.
Damn, Piccolo, you did that?
What's up, guys? Day 2 of the Peterbilt project. Wyatt and Tyler's out there right now. We're starting on the stripes. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. Oh man, it's we've already ran into a few little issues, but nothing that we can't handle. But y'all, come on, let's go look at this thing. These rivets, they're gonna stay long term. You don't want the vinyl to pull up around them.
Dead even with this, but they have shifted this way.
Yeah. All right, squeeze. All right, hold that tight.
You gotta cut it first, then squeeze it.
Alright, so this is where stuff gets a little finicky.
Well, come here and watch this.
My bad.
We're having to run those ribs. Heat these with it sealed like it is, so it's got an air pocket in there right now. So what happens when you heat this, it wants to like stretch it. So it'll actually want to form the memory of where it's at now. So we have to create on the bottom end, put a very small, minute hole that's going to be right around the bottom of that rivet, and then that's going to be the air passage. So when we do warm it up, it'll shrink except for expand. Because right now with all the air in it, it's kind of like a little combustion chamber right there, and it gets hot, it's gonna want to expand. So look, what I'm saying is I'll get on the bottom side. See, I can feel that's gonna be the bottom of that rivet. So I'll put our hole right here, because you don't want to put it on the high side, because water may possibly get down there and trapped into it.
This man literally just wrapped a rivet on camera. Nicely too, like it's just fucking painted. It's crazy.
Without heat.
No heat.
No heat.
Leak better take off.
Project Peterbilt. I'm not gonna lie, I got it way too hot day 2. It got way too hot. After lunch, the temperature in the shop was 92 degrees, and you cannot do anything in the wrap world when it gets that hot in the building. So, day 3, we got the black stripes on, now we put on the red. Let's go check this thing out and see how it's coming together. Not gonna lie, she's looking really good in my eyes. Let's go. Day 76 on this truck. No, for real, it's day 4, but it feels like 76. It is taking forever because Tyler and Wyatt has never done anything like this, and it's taking a lot longer, but I want them to make sure that it is right, because this thing is looking really good, and the problem is it's taking really long. But the next truck that we do, I promise it will not take near this long. Anything like this won't take this long again, because now they know the procedure of how to do things. So let's go check this thing out and see where them boys are at on this project. All right, guys, day 76, how we doing?
We got 2 stripes left today, and we'll probably get done. In the next 3 days. These last 2 stripes.
All right, so 10 days, 10 more days, the man said. So what it is that all this stuff's reflective, and they've never put on reflective stripes. And I told them to be very careful during this whole process, and they are. And don't get me wrong, it is taking a little bit longer than I anticipated. But Dalton is going to be so pleased when he sees this thing, because I'll be honest with you, see this stripe right here? See that stripe? If we didn't care, that stripe would just have a little wave in it. But
we're going through everything to make sure that everything is precision, precise, and straight. And that's how we're doing it.
Yeah, it makes it pop. Yeah.
Every little like thing on my face.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But that's the reason why I cut that.
Definitely the top needs to be filled, for sure. And this thing's gonna look so good.
Better than factory paint.
Hey,
Hey, it's better
I
than
love
the
my
fingers that
clients,
is.
but I don't want to do a lot of these. Just saying, for real. So it looks good. Should have plenty of cure time.
That's my blade.
And don't make sure, Wyatt, that you take an eraser and you go through and make sure all your pencil marks are erased.
I mean, it's,
Yeah.
these pencil marks will come off. I mean, they do. If after you sit here and scroll for 45 minutes.
Oh, that's what's taking so long.
Yeah,
oh,
it's the
taking
pencil- it's the
oh,
pencil
okay.
marks.
It's
You
the
have to-
pencil marks.
You have
It's
to
taking so
individually
long.
go in and.
So, man behind the camera. Just trying to turn the interview around.
Really? So give me. So, how's the life of being a cameraman?
Are you filming for real?
Yeah.
Stage,
Well, filming with 2-3, how do you like it?
stage fright. I'm just playing.
Stage fright?
Nah, man, filming with 2-3 is a interesting thing, man. Being able to create a vision of somebody's life, what they do every day. It's creative, man. Creative magic. Camera.
So,
you know?
what about recording this truck for 2-3? Do you like it? You think it looks good?
Now,
How's it turning
every
out?
time I leave the house, I literally look at trucks and I understand how they're made now. Cause this truck is super dope and it's cool to see you guys put the thing together. And like now that I'm driving around there, I'm like, man, I know how that was done now.
So you might see this truck down the road one day. It's like, oh my
Come
God,
on,
I've
bring it
recorded
on.
that.
Come on over to Opelika, man. I'll definitely stop and like, I filmed that truck before. Nah, man, it turned out dope.
So we're gonna make all the shirts say Dalton's too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right.
So I like that blue on blue now.
You like that?
I like it.
I even got blue underwear on. Just kidding.
You didn't get that.
That was funny.
Oh yeah, I bet. What do you think?
Looks good, don't it?
Man, I'll be honest with you. I didn't think it was gonna turn out this good.
Huh.
I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how classic. I wanted that classic look, and I wasn't sure how close we were gonna get to it. But when we started doing that top stripe and it started coming together, I was like, ooh, like it was definitely coming together. And when you put all the chrome back on it and get it all together, it's gonna look good. But I mean, what do you think?
I think it looks good. I just didn't want it to look like the guy next door. You know what I'm saying?
It don't look like the guy. Led the horse to the water,
Right.
and let them drink it.
There you go.
Because we got so much going on that I was like, all right, if you mess it up, we got plenty of material in there to fix it. But if you mess up, I'm okay with it. And there's been a few pieces that we had to go back and redo. But all in all, I've been pretty proud of them.
Yeah. It looks good. They did a good job.
Yeah.
Damn, Piccolo, you did that?
What's up, guys? We are finally finished with this project, and I gotta ask a question. So, what do you think?
It's bad to the bone. I know that.
Awesome. I know we took a lot of time on art to put this thing together because we wanted to make sure that we had a classic Peterbilt look, but we also we love racing, so you know we got to put a little edge to it as well. So I do want to thank the team, man. These two boys right here did 90% of the work.
We fucking did it.
They did most of the work, and and I'm not gonna lie. I told them to figure it out.
It took us way too long. It took us about 2 or 3 days to get this thing done. It should have only took us 2 or 1.5 days. But it was like what he said at the beginning of the episode. It was a learning experience for us.
Yeah.
So.
And luckily we have great partnership with Dalton and Willie, and they entrust us. And so when I told them, hey, it's gonna take a little bit longer, they were 100% okay with it, because they know that when they pick it up that it's gonna look just like this. So man, again, I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity and to be able to just do this in general, and I can't wait. We got another one coming next that's gonna be a red truck. And we got a lowboy trailer that we got to make it all blend together and match. So it's all, to me, the whole fleet's going to be looking immaculate. Cannot wait. So, all right, brother. Well, I appreciate it. Yes, sir. Anytime.